Well, since the last time I shot this video, I've moved this copy carver down into the basement. Needed some more room and better working conditions than working in the winter. Essentially here I wanted to give you guys some measurements so someone can build their own. Again, this was set up for what I did, but you'll get some of the basic understanding of how I did this. My table is about 63 by 53, so 63 long and 53 wide. My runners that you see here are about 3 feet long. Then my arms here stick out by about 24 inches. The distance here between the two is about 17. Again, you can set that up. One of the things I don't like about the copy carver here is that I think this distance from center to here should be more like 30 inches. That way when I get down, my carving angle is a little bit better than what you see here. Get a little bit cleaner of a cut than what I'm doing right now. The other way I could fix this is by picking this up higher. So you've got the, essentially CNC rails that this slides across on. And as you look, it's got, another bar, another set of pillow blocks that this sits on, and it goes back and forth on a set of pillow blocks that's smaller. So as I move back and forth here, this carries, across the side here with some stabilizers. I've got a stabilizer here, and then it's mounted to a bigger plate back here. So as I go back and forth, I really don't have any side-to-side play other than the motion that I've got right here. I've got a stopper in the back here, and I don't have a stopper in the front because I kind of can see where I'm doing as I'm carving my body here. The plates then on the bottom, the router is mounted to look like that. Essentially they're just 1/4 inch steel. It's got some holes in it, and the mounter's mounted to that. Once I put the counterweight on the back, this thing becomes pretty balanced and a lot easier to move. Really, I don't have any problems other than the angle that I said. With my pin, I've got a pretty high pin. Depending on what I do, I put a washer on there, a sealed washer essentially, sealed nut. I can go back and forth and trace my body. Sometimes I even put a piece of felt on that so I get a little bit smoother tracing action. This is a pretty heavy duty setup. It is pretty heavy without the counterbalance. So the biggest thing is just the weight and making sure that as I'm going back and forth, I'm not sliding off the back. And as I set this back there, I've got my my stopper. So it's a pretty smooth machine once it's all oiled up and whatnot. If you have any more questions, let me know. Again, I think I've given you the pretty basic dimensions of the different types of pillow blocks that I'm using. You can see here, these bolt to the rails, this bolts to the top, and then these pillow blocks hold the cross action. So pretty basic setup. You can change this, a bunch of different ways depending on what you're doing. I've got enough room here for necks. Really just depends on what you want to do. I like this setup. It works pretty well other than, like I said, the angle. I don't even think I need the big 1/4 cable router on here. So if you got any questions, please send them to me. Hopefully this helps you guys. Thanks. Bye.